Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a video review of the AI Box Lite by One Car Stereo. Welcome back and thanks for visiting. My name is Scott and I have done a number of product reviews on my channel, but the vast majority of them, all but one product actually, they've all been things that I've purchased myself and just decided that they were worth sharing with you, things that I've put in the car or used. I've had one paid review, and that was for a rooftop cargo bag that I used during a trip to California and back from Virginia. And ever since then, I've had a lot of other companies reach out and say, hey, test our cargo bag. Well, I'm not a cargo bag type of person. I had a use for it at one point, and basically, if I don't need the product, I just politely decline. One Car Stereo reached out for me about this box, and I was initially inclined to say no thank you, because I have a little box that allows me to do Android Auto wirelessly, but that box only does Android Auto wirelessly. The AI Box Lite, it does Android Auto wirelessly and Apple CarPlay wirelessly, which I don't care about because I don't use Apple CarPlay, but this box also adds wireless YouTube and Netflix to the mix, and that I found intriguing. So I went ahead and accepted their offer. Full disclosure, this is a paid promotion. One Car Stereo gave me this device for free to test and review. I will be very thorough and honest about what I think of this product. This may go beyond a simple review. I often dig a little deeper into these things than just scratching the surface, so stand by. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this thing works. What I've done, I've been using this for about 3 weeks. I have gone and it's not plugged into my car, obviously, and I have unpaired it from my phone and basically removed everything from the device to simulate what it would be like when I first plug it in. So if we take a look at my phone here, you can see that it is unplugged. I only use this for charging. I'm going to switch this to a wireless charging, or say like a inductive charging head, because my port down here is starting to wear out. Something worth noting about the interface of this device and the other device that I have in the car is it doesn't use just Bluetooth. This device connects to the phone via Bluetooth and the phone's Wi-Fi connection. And so what I think is going on there is it's using the phone's Bluetooth to send sound. That's a very common use for Bluetooth. And then it's using the Wi-Fi connection to establish the video uplink between my phone and the infotainment system. I think that the Wi-Fi probably has a wider bandwidth and therefore it's better suited for the video. Post below if I have that right, or if you're pretty sure that I'm wrong about that, but I think that's what's happening. That has the potential to create a conflict. For example, my phone, I often will turn on the mobile hotspot so that I can connect other devices in the car to the internet. I've got a Raspberry Pi that I use as a D-Star access point, and sometimes I'm traveling with computers, tablets, and other things that need to access the internet. Well, I cannot use on my phone, I cannot activate the mobile hotspot and Wi-Fi at the same time. I've had other people tell me they don't have a problem with that. So it must be a thing with either Verizon or Samsung, because I have Samsung devices. Comment below if you know what the catch is on that. Why can I not do them both? I just can't. So what I wound up doing when I got my first Android Auto wireless device, I'm holding this up, but I'm talking about my first device. That was when I discovered it, because these things, this one included, so this one as well as my other one, they take over the phone. The phone, as soon as that Bluetooth connection is spotted, it automatically turns on Wi-Fi and automatically connects to this. So if I have my mobile hotspot turned on, I'll get prompts, endless prompts on the phone saying, I need this, turn this off, and it just will not go away. The two cannot coexist. I will illustrate that in a moment. What I wound up doing when I got my first wireless device here was I got a third-party hotspot. And yes, that does cost me a little bit each month, but I find it worth it because of another way in which I use that device, and that's not important here, but that has since freed up my phone so that I can use the phone's Bluetooth, the Wi-Fi connection, and then for all of my internet needs, I use the mobile hotspot that I have down here in my center console. So yeah, stick around. I'll show you how that all works later in the video. Anyway, I am set up here with my infotainment system. It's ready to connect, so all I got to do is connect. And you might have noticed that I have a thumb drive plugged in, and so, you know, obviously it does not come with a thumb drive, but I bought one. This one is 128 gigabytes, and I just plug it in because the other thing that this device does is it allows you to load music onto it and video, so you can watch your own videos on this if you want. And so I think that'll be kind of cool for car shows. So I have loaded some videos onto it. So all right, let's go ahead and plug it in and see what it does. Ready, 3, 2, 1, insert. All right, we're going to do a countdown, see how long that takes. So there you can see the blue light on, the red light flashing, and here in just a minute it's going to ask me if I want to connect. You got to be decisive about this. It doesn't wait for very long, so I got to act quickly when I see the prompt. So still says app connect. It's going to say iPhone, and that's a little unnerving because, hey, I don't have CarPlay, but then it quickly switches to Android. It knows, so don't worry about that too much. And here in a minute it's going to have a couple of other pop-ups. Let's see what it does. It's connecting to the Android phone. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. It's not necessary. Allow access to contacts. That's so it can dial contacts from within the application. And you can see that it came straight on up to, let's see, Bluetooth tethering, allow. That is an annoying prompt. I will tell you more about that in a minute. So here we are. We're in Android Auto. I have Google Maps up right now. I am in the Colonial National Historic Park. Nice scenery on this foggy, humid day. That's why I've got the car running. The AC is on so that my windows don't fog up. It's humid today. So let's see. So this is basically Android Auto. You can see I can do the voice button here. I can just click that and then ask it to do anything that I would normally do in Google. So let me go to the main menu here. So this is Android Auto, and you can see I've got my top apps on here. So I've got Google Maps, Waze, Rocket Player. I don't really use Rocket Player in the car. I use the SD card to play music from, but I do use Rocket Player if I'm working in the yard or on my car or something and I'm wearing headphones, and so that's Rocket Player. Spotify for podcasts and things like that, and then my most frequently contacted numbers and the weather app, but why bother, right? I've got weather on my phone. So that's Android Auto. So let's go into Waze real quick. I want to show you one thing in Waze that bothers me just a little bit. So here I am in Waze. The thing that bothers me about Waze on this device, and only on this device, is when I turn on the lights, it does not switch to night mode. And that doesn't seem like a big deal here in the daytime like right now, but at night, when I turn on Waze and this white screen just comes blowing out at me, that is a showstopper. I cannot use this at night. Here is how the feature is supposed to work. This is it functioning with my other device, and further testing taught me that this shortcoming affects Google Maps too when I display it as a map instead of satellite imagery. I think my point of contact with One Car Stereo says, I think she told me that it's on their work list or that they will look into it. There have been firmware updates, and I did do a firmware update on this. Hopefully, very soon, they will fix this to where when I turn on my lights, it will switch to nighttime mode. All right, let's move on to the other stuff. Now, you may have noticed this little red box that pops up, and what that is you basically tap anywhere on the screen, and the red box will show up, and that box is the menu box for the AI box. So here I am, I clicked home, so this is the home screen. I can go into Android Auto, which then pops me right back into Waze in this case, or I can hit the back button. That brings me to the home screen, and now you see some options here. Let me see, if I exit here, you can see I come right back out to my infotainment system. It says iPhone and Apple CarPlay. Don't worry about that. It is Android Auto, so I could just click that. It takes me right back in. Let's take a look at Netflix. Now, I do not have a Netflix account, and so it's going to just bring up the splash screen. And you can see it says current network is not available. You need to turn on Wi-Fi. And I think what you're going to see here, so I'm not going to load this up because that's as far as it's going to go for me. Let's see what happens. I'm going to hit the home key here again. And what I need to do is turn on Wi-Fi. So let me turn on Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi turns on automatically. It hasn't done that. Let me see, maybe my Wi-Fi is off. Let me check it real quick. I have a mobile hotspot here, and it's not too easy to get to with the camera here. All right, so wireless is on. I should be able to connect. Let's see, save networks. We're gonna go ahead and connect. All right, now we're connected. I'm not sure why I did that. Must have been because I had cleared everything out. So, all right, so now we're connected to my Wi-Fi, my mobile hotspot. So I already showed you Netflix, so now let's go into the apps. So with the apps, you can see YouTube, video, music, and Netflix yet again. So let me click YouTube here. Now, a warning that I'll give you about YouTube: it doesn't navigate quite the same as, say, your mobile device, because on your mobile device, you've got the, imagine down here, you've got your back key and your home key and whatever this one here is, I think it's an app key. You don't have that kind of stuff here. So you have to find the back key, or here's home. I am signed in. It signed me back in. This is, I tried to avoid all of this. I am signed in here. I signed out. Everything was signed out. My warning to you, I had mentioned a warning, is you can sign in on this device here and use it as yourself, and that's cool, but signing out is incredibly difficult. There is no easy way to do it. And then even when I thought that I came in here and signed out, cleared my cache, signed out, here I am logged back in again. The problem that presents is if this device is lost or stolen, or you sell it to somebody, they have access to your account. You have to go through and maybe sign out all devices or something just to kick everybody off. But what a pain in the butt. So don't log in unless you really want to. So let's see, let me go to library here. And sure enough, it is showing me my library. I'm logged in. So let's go ahead and just show you a drive. Let's see, or a video. So I'll click on my daughter's first drive here. So it's giving me all this stuff, how to do this and how to do that. Let me see if I can just ignore it here. So it took a couple seconds for the sound to make its way through. So there is a little bit of a lag there. All right, so there is the video playing and the sound is all synced up. And this is a very basic video. I want to get out of this. So you got to hit these back keys up here. Again, there's no keys here to get your way out of a video, so it's not necessarily easy. Got to back out that way. I'll go to this one.
It's time for an overhaul. Check this out.
All right, so the sound is synced up. Everything works. I had a little bit of a lag issue before, but that fixed itself when I did the firmware update. So here I am streaming YouTube. All right, so if I come out of this, let me go, we'll go home, and I will show you video. So if I do the video here, this is a video that I have loaded on my SD card. And I can, let's see if I can get out of that. And nope, that didn't work out how I hoped it would. Let's see, back key. Nope, that's not what I want. Is that the library? Nope. There we go. USB, movies. All right, I have 2 videos on this SD card. So if I come here, it lets you scroll through. Now, you might not notice, but I do. I shot these videos in 16:9 format, and this video, or this screen, is not that format, so it has stretched it vertically just a little bit, and it's not awful, but it is something that I notice, but it works. And so I am going to use this at car shows so that I can just have something interesting going on in the car, because I have things in the car that go up for my, say, for my communications exhibit at car shows. I'm looking forward to that. All right, let's get out of this. Now, if you notice, the little square is not showing up here, so I have to hit this back key to get out. And let's go into one more thing. Let's see, settings. We can go to more, and in here you can see this is basically a miniature Android operating system. And so I can come in here to apps and notifications. I can say see all 24 apps, and here are all of the apps that are on the device. Google Play Store. Let me go to open. This is how you can install other apps. I have installed DuckDuckGo, the browser, so that I can run, say, the POTA Parks on the Air website from here if I want. But realistically, I can't think of any apps that I would really want. So let's see, how do I get out of this? Back key, home key again. All right, there we are, we're out of that. I don't have any music loaded, so I can't really share that. Now watch this. I am going to go back again and go into Android Auto. Now watch the messages that pop up. Let me get my phone going there again. So it's connecting to the phone again. You would think, what? Why isn't it connected to the phone before? So here I am back in Android Auto, and look at there, allow Bluetooth tethering. So it's asking me all over again. What I think is going on here is this is actually 2 separate systems. I've got the wireless Android Auto, or I guess it would be wireless CarPlay, and then on the other side of the device you've got everything else, which then uses the wireless connection. So let me clarify a little bit. When I'm in Android Auto, the phone is using Bluetooth for sound and the Wi-Fi connection between the phone and the device to project an image up here onto the screen. But when I'm using, say, a streaming service, it needs a different Wi-Fi connection, because it still needs to have the Wi-Fi connection between the phone and the device, but then it uses an internet connection to do things here on the internet. And that's why I have a separate thing. So you're asking, why don't you use the Wi-Fi that's on the phone? Why can't you do that? Well, let me show you real quick why that is. So let me see if I can get out of this app. Back. Network. So if I go on Wi-Fi and come up here to, I need to turn on mobile hotspot. So watch this. Let's see if I can get out of here. Go home. So I've turned on the mobile hotspot, which then of course turned off Wi-Fi. And right now you're not seeing any problems, right? That's all working. If I go into settings, go into more settings, connected devices. Oh, here we go, network. So now what I can do is trying to find my Wi-Fi hotspot. So there we go. There's my Wi-Fi hotspot. It's connected. Everything is well, right? Everybody's happy. So what's the problem? That's going to work fine. I can come in here and play a video. Just take maybe a little bit longer. Let's come in here to my channel, my stuff. If we play that one, there you go. It loads right up.
Boy racers, none of them.
All right, so that works. But watch this. So I hit home. home, home. I really want to go home. All right, so now when I go to Android Auto, watch this. See, look at that. Android Auto needs Wi-Fi, so it's really freaking out here, and it can't function without the Wi-Fi. And you can't just cancel because it really wants to do all this. So the only thing you can do, you have to just turn it off and come in here this way. See, it's still, I don't know how long that's going to take. There we go, finally, maybe. Done. The phone is really freaking out. The lesson to learn here is you can't use the phone's Wi-Fi to connect to the internet. The Wi-Fi connection is required to connect to the box. If you need Wi-Fi, you have to use something else, maybe somebody else's Wi-Fi. That's a small pitfall, but keep that in mind. All right, a quick supplement here. It is the following day. Happy New Year, by the way. And I had speculated that the AI Box Lite is actually 2 devices built into one. One side of the device, a side if you will, manages an interface between a smartphone and the infotainment system. That smartphone could be an iPhone or an Android device, and then the other side of the device manages an interface between the device and an internet connection of sorts, whether that is a phone's mobile hotspot or, in my case, a separate internet connection, a separate hotspot altogether. And so I thought, you know, I had mentioned how the switch between Android Auto and the other applications is a little clunky. And then it dawned on me, what would happen if I took the phone out of the equation altogether? So check this out. All right, there is my infotainment system. The smartphone is here and energized. Let me go ahead and turn it off and see what happens. So there's my power off screen. I'll hit power off, and here we go. The phone is unplugged, by the way, just to show you I'm still going wirelessly with this. Any minute now. There we go. It disconnected. Let me get the phone out of the way. And so there is the menu. So let's see if I tap that. All right, the little home box still pops up. Let me hit home. And now I don't want to hit Android Auto because, you know, the phone is not connected, but all of this other stuff should still work. Now, my wireless connection did not turn on automatically like it did yesterday. So let me turn that on just to skip some steps here. It's going to search for my wireless network. There it is, connected. So now everything is connected. So if I go in the apps, there are the apps that I showed you yesterday. Let's check out YouTube. Background play is on. I don't care. So there we go. Is it going to play? Yes, there it is playing. Vibrant resonator affected the sound of the engine, and I was happy with that for quite a while. That guy's work eventually started to leak. Let's load another video just to show you that it is loading.
Why StealthGTI? I like the brand name.
A little bit of lag there. Let's see if it comes back.
I don't want attention from thieves, vandals.
There we go. Just had to get something going in the buffer.
None of them. I like the fact that the average driver sees my car as just a Golf.
Hit me some home. Let me turn that off. Let's go to video.
From the relay goes to...
Now, how cool is that? I don't even need a phone to make this work. So that means if I set up at a car show and want to show some videos, I can walk away from the car with my phone on my person, and the device will just stream the video right through my local hotspot here and play videos all day long, I suppose. Of course, in my case, I'd have to turn the infotainment system back on every 30 minutes, but that's okay. There's got to be other applications for it, but the fact that the phone doesn't even need to be present, I think is pretty neat. So, all right, there's my experiment for you. So, will I use the device every day? No, not yet. Like I said, the lack of day-night switching on Waze is a bit of a showstopper for me. So I will use my other device for Android Auto, and this will come out for car shows, that's for sure. This I think being able to play videos in YouTube is fantastic for car shows. So I will not play videos while I'm driving down the road because it's illegal, but it is going to be fantastic for car shows, or maybe if I'm stopped and parked and looking at things. So yes, so check out the AI Box Lite on One Car Stereo's website. I'll put a link in the video description below. Feel free to post any questions below if you have them. I'm always happy to answer. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time. Take care.